Howdy! How's everybody out in YouTube land today? I hope this finds you well. I wanted to bring you another in my little series of, and that's why I'm single. Oh my goodness. I tell you what, there's so many of these stories that I don't even know where to go with them. But I'll do this one about the time that I messed up the date. At least it was in my eyes. I was working with a fella in a plastics factory on the midnight shift, and he's a young kid, and he had a cousin that was closer to my age that had come to move to the state, and said that he didn't know nobody, and he says, I was wondering if you'd like to go out on a double date with him. And the fella said that he'd take his girl, you know, and we'd all go out on a double date and go out and have some burgers and go to a movie. I said, well, yeah, okay, that sounds okay. So we took off one evening and we went to Burger King, had some laughs and ate some burgers and all that, and everything was rolling pretty smooth. We went to this movie, and, you know, I don't think me or this guy that I was out with really felt any clicking going on. There was no real spark or anything, but the young man that we was out with there, him and his girl, said, well, let's go back to our house to have some chips. We got some chips there at the house. We've got some snacks and stuff, and we'll have some pop and just sit and talk for a little bit. So we went back to their house. It was the middle of winter, and the snow was deep. And I had dressed for the occasion, you know. I dressed good and warm. I had some blue jeans on there, and I had some boots, cowboy boots there to keep my feet warm. And the car we was in was a two-door car. Do they even have two-door cars anymore? Well, back then they had this couple had a two-door car, and me and Cousin Hoosie's in the back seat there, and we get up there to the kid's house, and we go to get out of the car. Well, now I've been able to get in and out of the car to go to the restaurant, and in and out of the car to go to the movie theater. All right, so we get up to the house. I shouldn't have any problem, right? But before, here's the difference. Before, somebody kind of held the door for me and held that seat up, you know, so that I could get out from behind the front seat in that two-door car. And this time, nobody held anything. They all took off for the house. So I'm pushing up the seat and trying to get, keep the door open and get out. And I catch my foot in that seat belt. You know how the seat belt comes down the side of the doorway there from the front seat. And I get my foot caught, my boots caught in that, and I do a header out the car door into a snowdrift. And there wasn't nobody to help me. There I was, trying to clamber my way back up out of this snowdrift. The car door's open, and they finally look around and see me trying to get out of this snowdrift, and they're like, well, what happened to you, right? Well, I get some of the snow brushed off of me. We go in the house. Of course, I'm uncomfortable now because, here I'm cold from being in the snowdrift. Got snow all over me, and it's melting, and my clothes is getting wet from all this. I'm trying to get dried out without making a big mess in these people's house. And so I just wanted to go home. At that point, I'm like, okay, there's no spark. We went to the restaurant, we went to the movie theater, and now I'm wet and cold, and I just want to go home. And so there you go. That's why I'm single.